Hey, this is Philip the Learn to Grow guy. This is take 972,642, well, whatever. Anyway, today what we're doing is that we're actually conducting experiments with eggplants to see if we can actually propagate eggplants from cuttings. This is the beginning of it. We're going to have to take a look later at a later video to actually see the results of them, to see if they actually took, okay? Let me show you what I've been doing. Okay, what I've been doing is actually that I started out trying to cut out the leaves, lower leaves on the eggplants that were on the ground. Okay, like here's one of the places where I cut, and I did that. And as I did that, there were some little offshoots growing under some of the leaves. Like this one, for example, is an offshoot, but I left it alone. Okay, this is where I cut the leaf off down here, but the offshoot I left alone. But as I cut some of the leaves off, there were offshoots. So everything that was lower offshoots, I took them off, and that's what I've got. I ended up with 8 pieces of cuttings, and in addition, I took out the old leaves. These here are Japanese eggplants over here, and however over here, these are Black Beauty eggplants. Okay, I did the same thing with these. As you can see, the bottoms are clear. I have no more leaves on the ground other than the basil, which I probably need to do some trimming off of that too before. It looks like this may be preparing to bolt or something, I'm not sure. But looking at my eggplants, traditionally I've not been able to have any eggplants around here for the simple reason that little flea beetles have, they've always gotten on my eggplants, and this is the first year the eggplants growth seems to be ahead of what they're trying to do. Here are some right here, you see that? See, they like to bounce, they like to jump, like fleas typically do. Oh, there you go, you saw that one? Okay. Yeah, they'll fly away, or they'll jump, or they'll drop to the ground and stuff like that, and they've always devastated my eggplants, okay? I've not been able to grow eggplants around here because of these son of a guns here. So anyway, since I was doing that, as I was trimming the bottom of these, what I noticed is that there were some offshoots, okay? Like for example, here, let's go to this one. You see how next to this leaf here, you have this little piece that's growing here? Eventually, this is going to branch off and form a new branch, and that's basically what I've been cutting off. Here's another example of that, okay? Right here. See that? You had a leaf growing out here, and that you have a little offshoot coming off of there. And even the offshoots have little baby offshoots coming out. You see that? Anyway, that's what I've been cutting. Whenever the lower ones, I would cut them off, cut off the little offshoots, and that's what I've got. I'll show you those in a minute, okay? I've already started planting them, but it is what it is, okay? Like I said, Japanese, and those are Black Beauties over there. That's a nice size one. Anyway, let's continue on. Now along the way, I'll show you some of what I've been working on. I'm torching some of these lumbers here because I need to put something into the ground. I need to put trellises into the ground. And so that's what I'm dealing with these here. Okay. What I'm looking at doing, I've already blackened these out with the torch over there. What I'm going to be doing next is taking some borax. And the goal is to actually spread the borax, paint the borax over the lumber, over the darkened stuff, and hopefully they'll last real long in the ground. Okay? Now, here's what I've got. Like I said, I've already started planting them. See that? This is one of them. All right. Let's see. Here's another one. I haven't watered these in yet. But whenever you're going to do this, you're going to need to make sure you water them in, okay? Here's another. I'll probably end up cutting this leaf off because it may be too much draw. So I'll probably cut that. I will cut that leaf off. And let's see if I can do that now. Well, I'm still remembering. Yep, okay. Because you got to remember, when you're trying to get some stuff started, you don't want to overstress them. Because there are no roots for them to be sucking moisture out of the ground as of yet, okay? But since there are no roots, you want to minimize the amount of stress that these plants are going to have to get them started, okay? So here's what you'll need. when you are making this, when you are doing this, you're going to need to make sure that you have, excuse me, like here and on that side. Okay, I've got at least 2 areas where roots can grow out of, and also new branches can come out of also. If you look at the very little corner of it, you'll see little possible plants that, well, where new branches can actually start off at. Okay, now it's very simple as far as what I'm doing. Trying to find a nice little spot here. Okay, let's go with, well, I'm going to be pruning these down soon anyway. Those are remnant mustard greens from previous year, like last year, and you want to get them into the ground, and you want to make sure that you squeeze tight around them. Okay, you want to make sure you have good coverage on the plant. Okay, and that one is a Black Beauty, and I already have one here. Well, let's try the other side. The other side has plenty of stuff growing there. Let's try behind me here. Or, I know. There's a lizard here someplace. Okay, what I've got here is I've got a bunch of onions growing in every spot that I can. Okay, so I'll probably have, I'm going to see if I can stick this one right in here. Make a nice little hole for it. My thumb may be too big, but the key thing is, like I said before, you want to press down and make sure that there is good contact. Okay. In addition, for this one, I'm going to cut this leaf off, this main leaf off as well, so that the plant actually has a good chance on, has a good fighting chance to maybe able to make it. Okay. I've got one more to go. Where can I pump this one in? Survey says we can try over here. Okay, again, I've got the onion there, but I'm going to try to pop this one in, and hopefully it'll do what it's supposed to. Okay, now here's the thing. Like I said before, you got to make sure you water them in after you put them in. I'm going to not let this little bit of water go to waste, so I'm going to just use that and try to get this one watered in. Okay. Now I've got 7 more I've got to water. I'll probably give this one a little bit more water, but nonetheless, that's basically what I'm doing. And the key is for everything to thrive and succeed and do what they're supposed to do. Okay. I just dropped that down there for now so I can work this phone. So with that said, you got to remember, you got to keep experimenting out here, okay? You got to keep experimenting with plants and do what you know or believe you need to do, so that you can maximize the amount of food production you're able to have, okay? So for me, excuse me, my throat is dry. So anyway, grow as much stuff as you can. Try to propagate as much stuff as you can, as long as you have the space for it. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments down below. Excuse me. Make sure you leave a comment down below, and let us know what type of plants you've actually experimented with propagating and what your results are. Okay, I'll talk with you guys later. I gotta get some water. Take care.